I'm sure by now you all would have heard about the null pointer and the Crowdstrike fiasco. Now, one way to avoid this is to have good peer review process. But a good peer review process is also tedious. It means that the author has to write extensive summaries. The reviewer has to go through code diligently and make comments, feedback, which can be multiple back and forth between reviewer and author. And that all means is for a long time, the PR could sit idle, which it could be in the hand of the customer. Like the code benefit could be in the hand of customer. So how you can reduce that? So one way to do that is to use AI as a pre-review before your human reviewer intervenes in. There are a lot of sort of routine checks, trivial comments that AI could do for you. For example, you are using print statement instead of log, you have a null pointer, or you are defining the variable in the local scope and using it all of these have come across as something that AI was able to find us in our testing scenario. So, but how you can use that in your coding environment? So that is very simple. What you do is go to AI in our PR review, and here you go to configure GitHub, and here you select the repository you want. Here I picked 3. Then you come back, and now your repositories will be available here in the list. Now for each of these repositories, there are certain configuration parameter. For example, do you want us to review every PR that you open? So then you click yes to it. Or whether you want us to update the PR summary and title, we still retain the author summary, but this we update it to make it more sort of actionable for reviewer. Whether you want inline code suggestions or you want the ability to ask question, and we'll go through what these feature means. So let me go give you a small demo. For example, this is the repo, an open source repo fork. And what I'll do is that I'll create a PR. So I'll take a previous some PR, and I'll create a pull request from here. Now, as I create it, RTI gets a trigger that a new PR has been created, and we start processing. You'll see this icon that RTI is now looking at it. And in a few moments, we will send a review of this PR. Now, as it's coming, I can show you the previous PRs. For example, this one. So this is the form of the PR review that we do. We look at whether there is a security loophole here. For example, there was a new package that was introduced. Now, depending on your organization policy, this might has to go through a security review as well. And similarly, whether there's a test coverage or not, and are there any potential logical error. And this is a good gut check. You should take a look at it. This has led us to identify a lot of bugs in our code base and in our customers. Now, we also map this PR that what levels it is, and once it's done, by this time our original PR that we created is also reviewed. So if you see here, it has created a nice summary that these PR is about. There is access vulnerability that could be due to unsanitized JSON. There are other things that it has identified here. Now, it also has given nice summary that what code changes it feels could be made. For example, you could do lazy loading instead of sort of waiting the client for it. So it summarizes here what are the changes, and then also puts this here, and you could directly go here and make this commit if you like this, find it helpful. So that way you get like code suggestions as well, and this can help improve the overall quality of the code. Now, this is not just it. What you could also do is, for example, type help here, and this will give you the list of commands that we can help you with. So in just a moment, you'll see that, for example, if you put ask and then a question, then we will try to answer the question for you. Similarly, you can do describe, and you will describe the PR for you. We can give you a walkthrough. There are other commands in sort of pipeline that we can talk about later. For example, we also give an option to ignore certain kind of PRs, which is work in progress, and other ignore bot PRs. So I hope this found useful, and this is something that can help you make your organization code clean and compliant, and yet not sort of tire you within. With the AI help, you can follow the process and still sort of give the boring and the trivial aspect to AI in the PR review process.